Hello one and all, this is Hybridsteel. Thank you very much for joining me in today's Hydroneer Pimp My Plot video. So, I feel like I've been here before. This may have been one of those things that I did like a while ago when the game was brand spanky new, like 1.2, people were asking for help in the community. And I believe it was me, Itchy, and a couple of others. We were trying to figure out how this guy was having problems, and it doesn't seem like the build has moved on very much since then. A couple of things have changed a little bit. This seems like it's a little bit higher. I do remember one of us putting in these concrete blocks to act as a set of stairs. Really not sure why there are filters running into the back of that, considering that doesn't break. Yeah, that we can change as well. And this makes no sense whatsoever. Now, to put this into perspective, putting 2 intake pipes, these don't make any difference whatsoever. What I will do is I will disconnect this pipe. I'm going to oh no, I can't because he's nailed everything down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect that pipe there. And the reason why is because that doesn't do anything at all. And we can go from there. That's cool. Right, okay, so I'm going to up his pressure. So we're going to take this and we're going to take this. And just for giggles, there we go. We're just going to add a little bit more water pressure in there so he can make a little bit of extra cash. It's all right. Now, another way to make money, if you are having, if you really want to make money in this game, then the best thing to do is to grind up your dirt. Now, I don't know if he wants to. I'm just going to leave it as it is. But if you want to put a grinder in here, I'll leave this up to the person's build. So if you want to make more money from this plot without really doing anything else, change those to grinders. This is where we really do need to focus, because I feel like this is way too high. Also, and I've also mentioned this in videos before, right? Having sorters next to each other causes issues. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the flow of jewelry, well, the flow of gems. So that's going to be shards anyway, okay? Watch where they come out. So they're firing sideways now, like that. That's what happens when you move the hitbox, and I will do this live with you right now, okay? Let me just spawn a conveyor belt in. So as you saw, the bits were coming out of that conveyor belt sideways. You stick a conveyor belt on, it flows side. So this is going straight forward. They're going off one side. Can you see the difference and why you should put a spacer between your sorters? Can you see the difference? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out all of his elements. I'm going to put them over by the grass. So, you know, he's got that little bit of space. And we're going to extend out the catch area. The reason why I'm not really touching most of this build is mainly because there's not a lot of reason to, in all honesty. And putting in these extra filters means absolutely bo diddly squat. You do not need them. They do not need to be there. You have filters on your line already. The water is clean and you can drink from it. It's all good. Right, so let me just... this is just... Yeah, that's why you... Right, so another reason why, for all those people out there, especially people who came to my live stream the other night, or the other week, or whenever you're watching this video, there was a couple of people who came in and goes, oh, you only need 4 sorters to start with. That is partly true, but partly false at the same time. So the reason why it's partly true is because, yes, you only do need 4 sorters. The reason why is because each one will filter its proper element, and the other element will come out the end. But if you're running builds like I have done in the past, and other people are running, where you're grinding the dirt down to really small sections, you would have seen at the end of my belt there was dirt coming out the end. The reason why is because sometimes it skips out the harvester and then ends up all over the floor. So that is a big thing. And just to prove that you don't need filters on this line, that's the compressor. Has no 100% next to it, so it's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, because he's hammered everything down. I'm going to take one of everything. I'm literally just going to add to his build, and we're going to get rid of all the stuff that he doesn't actually currently need. So it's all gravy. And if you guys do want the mods or anything I'm using in this game, then you have to go to, you can either go to the link in the description box below, which is Bridgeport, or you can go to the Discord and you can come and have a chat with some of us over there, and it's all fine and dandy. Honestly, I don't mind the aesthetics of the build, it's alright, but it's a little bit where I don't know, it just feels like that it could have been done a little bit better. It could have been done a little bit. I think it's because it's an early build. Like back, like I've said this before when we've been through these these sorts of build before, where when it was in the early stages, like 1.1, 1.2, it was harder to build something that worked properly. And even with like people like myself making guides for the game and other people making guides for the game, genuinely it was actually a little bit harder to create things because of just the way the game was back then. And I can understand some of the frustration, you know, because in fairness, the game back then was a little bit infuriating. It was one of those games where you sat there and just went, oh, for God's sake, this isn't working again, or this isn't working again. And then over time, obviously, the game does work a lot more now, which is nice. But you do have that issue where you need to be able to, like, suss it all out yourself, unfortunately. Awesome sauce. Okay, so that's the piping into this. Clipping it through a block, it doesn't do anything majorly bad to the game, so you'd be completely fine doing that. Let's put his funnels back in. So what we've done is we've made it a little bit more simple for the build. We've brought down that level. We've taken it across one way. Now everything's at eye level. It's all good. Literally, to get up here, you just jump up onto the platform and push the button, and that's all good as well. Here's all his stuff, and I think we're done on this section here. This is bothering me a little bit, and the reason why it's bothering me is because it's sticking through a tree and it's doing my head in. And this is my problem. OCD and piping. It's terrible. Really is. And it's not like, it doesn't tidy the build up by putting your pipes through a tree line. It's one of those things that annoys me a little bit. It's, come on guys, you can try a little bit harder, you know you want to. But it doesn't happen a lot, so let's just tidy it up, shall we? So that's all. That looks a little bit nicer. That looks a bit better. And a couple of straight pipes. So the reason why I'm doing this is because so here we go, right? So 50, this is 50%, 49, 48, 47. So this is going to be down to like 37%, alright? So that's going to be up to like 37, 40, that's going to be like 60, add another 25, 85, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we're down to 80, then it's up to 100%, and that's 100% closer. So these ram drills are going to be running at 99, 98, 97, 96. So about 70% by the end of the row, which is better. I mean, if you want to make this any better, literally, all you have to do on this, because they're all going to be registering above 75, stick a chamber in the back of every single one of those, and you'll optimize to 100% worth of pressure in those. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done now. Like I said, all we've done is basically just increased his. We've just increased the catch area, so there's no problems with it going off to one side. We've removed a lot of the barriers that don't need to be there because these are centralizers. Everything will be kept central. If he wants to upgrade this to any sort of cache, even if he just puts one of them up here, one of those shredders will grind down enough of the dirt. It'll make a lot more profit. Well, it won't make a lot more, but it'll make enough. Let's put it that way. It'll give him that extra bit of income that if he wants to make this any bigger, he can. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm suffering from deja vu when it came to this build, but I think with the knowledge that I have now with this game, instead of when I first saw this build, I think this will work a lot better for him. And at the end of the day, it's just a standard build, isn't it? 16 ram drills flying up a conveyor belt, going into a harvester. It'll produce a shed ton of money very quickly. 16 harvesters, even without being optimized, that's a good sort of 30 grand, which is nice in a couple of minutes. So enjoy this one, dude. I hope this has helped some way. I hope this is definitely something, a way that you can sit here and sort of see how the game properly works. I say properly, but it works better now. Let's put it that way. Probably since the last time you played this, because I do remember this from an earlier time. So, guys, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification button below for all other updates, and I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do on the channel. Until then, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Peace out, have fun, and enjoy everything you guys do. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye for now.